gotta go into the main event of the night, which was the AEW World Championship match with Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega.
Okay, let me go on to this because I was the one who defended that this shit should go on last. This match was confusing because they didn't give no stipulation to it, and yet they pulling out tables, they doing all this stuff that should get you disqualified.
Now hold up.
No, I didn't hear.
Now somebody apparently I was watching a vid, so somebody said apparently the match was made no DQ.
And again, there was nothing announced. They do this with every Omega match. Remember, what was it, Omega versus Moxley? When they didn't get counted out when they should have gotten counted out. It's always some, oh, well, we forgot to tell everybody this was going on type of deal. It's like, that's my only gripe with it. The action and the athleticism was cool and all, but it was confusing because you didn't know whether it was a no DQ match. You didn't know whether it was a tables match. You didn't know what type of match it was half the time.
Yeah, I will give you that, Prince, because even I questioned that last night. I'm like, okay, is this no DQ? Is this no holds barred? What is this supposed to be? Was this actually already sanctioned or something before? Like we didn't really know what the stipulations were. It just was a title match. So the fact that they did what they did, there should have been some disqualification there, unless they actually did it on the Go Home show, which I forgot to watch. So I have no idea what the stipulations are. Maybe they said it beforehand, but other than that, the match was pretty good. I honestly liked it. It was kind of hard hitting, but the one thing that I give credit to Kenny for is that he protects his finisher. Mm-hmm. Like he makes sure that if he puts the one-winged angel on you, you're down. Like that's it. You don't get up from that. And the fact that he did it from the top rope, he's like, you're not getting up. This is over. With the V trigger, he can do the V trigger at least 4 or 5 times. But if he do the one-wing angel, over, done. I will applaud Kenny for that. So when that happened, I mean, a lot of people were kind of satisfied. Actually, no, a lot of people were kind of pissed at this match because the fact that Hangman Page was not there. And it's a good reason because the guy was having his girlfriend, I think his wife. His wife was having his first child. Mm-hmm. So he took off to be with her. I don't think she had the baby yet, but she was due. So he actually went to go and be with her. He left on the 12th of August. So there's a good chance the baby is close to being born by now. He hasn't really put anything on Twitter yet, but it makes sense for him not to be there. So oh gosh.
Oh boy, here we go.
He's not a Diet Coke James Storm. James Storm, all he did was scream.
Look at their ring attire, Nate. They both walk around with nooses around their neck. They both
James Storm
does. Yes, he does.
No, he didn't.
I got the pictures on.
Unless he did it recently because he didn't before.
I got the pictures.
He looked more like the Diet Coke version of Stone Cold, if anything.
He was a Diet
I gotta
Coke
send the pictures, man. I gotta send the pictures. Then I know Rail seen the pictures, but yeah.
I think I may have not have seen it.
It was in the vid. It was in the vid I dropped. But yeah, it showed James Storm and Hangman Page side by side. They both got the noose around their neck and shit, walking around with the cowboy gimmick. I'm like, it's the same shit. It's just one's better than the other. This is regular Coca-Cola, and this is Diet Coke. No, this is Coke Zero. No sugar, no nothing in it. That's Hangman Page, man. He's still trying to find his niche.
Oh goodness, man.
All right, y'all want to?
But there were people that were angry that he wasn't there, even though it's a good reason why he's not there. Hey, that's his first kid. He wants to see the birth of his child, so good for him. But that's why they held off for that's why they held off for the championship match that was supposed to be against him and Kenny. And that was going to be the in-game match, which was going to take the title. That's why they did the Impact title with Christian Cage to take the place. But it wasn't a bad match at all. And yeah, I know he's from not only Impact, he's also from WWE. But it was a good match. He didn't win. Kenny did win and kept the title.
I mean, and plus, Christian Cage already won the Impact title on the first episode of Rampage, so you kind of knew he was losing.
Yeah, which says a lot about Impact and what's going on there right now. But anyway, I think the one thing that people remember the most about this match was not so much the match, but the finish. The overall finish of the entire pay-per-view. We know what happened there. We saw the debut of two people. And like what Irvin said, he believes they blew their load. Well,
Okay.
it makes sense for the pay-per-view though, because it's called All Out. So they go all out. So I have no issue with it.
Here's my thing about the fact that they had both Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson debut on the same night. Here's my thing. You could have saved one of these. Slag said it in his review. You could have saved one of these for TV, man. One of them could be saved for TV.
Honestly, you had 4 debuts.
Yeah,
you had 4 debuts within 2 months. You had CM Punk's return. Then you had Ruby Soho coming out in the Battle Royale. Then you had Bryan Danielson as well as Adam Cole. You had 4 people making debuts in 2 months.
No, in about a period of a month almost. Because when did CM Punk? He came on the first episode.
He came in August, I think.
Late August.
Yeah. He came in August, and then you had right now you had 3 debuts on one pay-per-view. And I'm like, okay, it fits all out. So what are you gonna be doing with these people and how you categorize how the pay-per-views are compared to WWE, seeing how Double or Nothing is like the WrestleMania version of AEW, I'm wondering what they're planning on doing with these 4 new recruits that they have here, these 4 new wrestlers that they have here. So the fact that they went all out, it felt like they went all out. So I don't think they blew their load. It kind of fit the whole mantra of the pay-per-view. So I don't think they did. I think it was amazing. And I think it really was a good way to end it.
And Prince, you were right. In this case, the world title match should have went last because of what happened at the end. So in this case, you were right. We'll give this one to you, Prince.
Yeah, I'll give it to Prince. He was right. Because we didn't really know how it was going to happen.
Yeah, we didn't know how it was
going to. What grade would you get? I think Nate already gave her grade to the match.
No, I don't think I did yet. Not this one.
Okay, how would y'all grade the match?
It was. I think the Rampage match was a little bit better than this one. The Rampage match I would give a solid A because I really like the match they had on Rampage. This one I think is below the one on Rampage. I would say it's probably like a solid B. Probably solid B.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a B plus. Maybe I'm being a bit too nice, but the fact,
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think I would give it a B plus because I absolutely love the psychology that Omega throws out. He's like the funnest heel I've ever seen. Him saying, "Did I do that?" Quoting Steve Urkel, be pulling all these Booze Bacon jokes. He's like hilarious. So I honestly do like Kenny Omega as a heel. So yeah, I give it a B plus.
Okay.
The match was great. It was just very confusing with the whole bring out this table. I don't know if he's gonna get DQ'd or not because they didn't announce whether or not. So it was great. The action itself was great. It was just very confusing at times because it's like I didn't know if it was a stipulation. I didn't know if it was a table match. I didn't know what the fuck was going on at the time. I thought it was just a basic one-on-one regular ass match. So it was great. But the fact that they didn't announce anything, no DQ, no holds barred, similar to the Moxley match at Winter is Coming. They just didn't announce enough. They didn't tell you enough about what type of stipulation it was. So
agreed.
It was B. I'll give it a solid B.
All right, now we talked about the match. Let's go ahead and just talk about this ending with Cole and Danielson. And Unc can talk about this too. Do you, like what Unc said, do you think they blew their load by bringing both guys in at the same night?
Honestly, I say no. I don't think they did. It fits the whole it fits the whole mantra, the whole ideal, whatever you want to say. It makes it feel like they've gone all out. So I don't have a problem with that. A lot of people are like, well, you should have waited till this. But that was the whole overall premise of the pay-per-view, is going all out. And it felt like it went all out. So I say no.
All right. What do you say, Unc?
Personally, I thought they could have held up on one of them. I mean, Danielson, we already knew. So if they went ahead and did him, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Danielson, we already knew. But Cole, they could have held up on that one, in my personal opinion.
My question is, what about Brett? The one thing that he said, even in interviews, he does not want to eclipse his girl. That was the one thing he would never want to do. Now that he's on the same brand as her, will he eclipse Britt Baker?
What Prince said, what do you mean AEW isn't in the same spot WWE is pay-per-view wise? Explain that.
Me, I don't have an issue with them bringing them both out because WWE's got the network. They've got, $10 a month, So you're going to get the pay-per-views regardless. But AEW, they're charging you 50 bones to watch this.
No, we were saying like the actual dates, like because Laurel made a list on the chat comparing the dates of each pay-per-view and the WWE dates and comparing which, like in WWE view, like what each pay-per-view would be an equivalent of a WWE pay-per-view. Like
did you see that? Prince?
Yeah, of course I saw it. But
that's what I meant.
Because I was thinking about like the times of year where they're held. And
that's
to
what
like
I
what
kind of
WWE does with their big four.
What I'm getting at with that is that they have to find a way to make you pay or convince you to pay top dollar to watch their shit.
WWE's done that for years until they got the network.
But they're not in the same
years
position.
Until they got the network.
Yeah, you would have to pay like $60 for WrestleMania and $50 for a Big Four.
Right.
So what's the difference?
And back then, WWE would throw the whole gun belt in the kitchen sink at you to get you to keep buying it. They don't have to do that no more. Because they can sell you, we got WCW shit. We got ECW shit. We got
I'm talking about before the network. They've been doing that for years.
That's what I'm saying. They had to throw the whole kitchen sink at you way back when. They don't have to do that no more. AEW is in a position where they have to throw the whole kitchen sink at you to get you to keep coming back pay-per-view after pay-per-view and being like, I got my money's worth. That was well spent money.
A lot of people actually said that. They felt like the $50 was worth it.
Yeah, because they got Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole did not come out, I'm sure a lot of people would feel really good. A lot of people were saying the matches was good too, and it told a good story.
Not everybody was for the waiting for Bryan. But it's not just
about the matches. Like you saw that crowd before Bryan even came out. We had the goofy ass chant going.
Yeah.
We had people going crazy for, that's what they go crazy for, those moments. Like I shit on the guy crying about Punk coming out, but that was a moment for some people. And those moments sometimes hold up better than matches.
So do you think that's a good business move or a poor one?
Yeah. Because they have to get you to keep paying for these $50 shows.
Right.
So why hold off on this shit? That you're just gonna keep sitting on a grenade? No, throw that shit out there. You got Bryan backstage. Why not throw him out there? You got Cole backstage. Because at some point, with the way the internet and social media works, people were gonna find out anyway that they were signed there. So why not just do it?
Yeah, people already had an idea that Danielson was gonna be there anyway, because people were saying he was signed anyway, and Cole's been rumored since people were speculating was Cole gonna go there anyway.
Right, and all those rumors got their hopes up. If they would have been there doing that goofy yes shit, and he didn't show up, motherfuckers would have been mad.
No, but even with CM Punk, he said that they weren't even trying to keep his debut a secret. It was the worst kept secret there was. They did the exact same thing with Daniel Bryan. Not a lot of people expected Cole though. It was a surprise to me. I didn't expect Cole to be there.
Yeah, Cole was the one that surprised me more than Danielson. I figured he was going to show up, but Cole was the one who surprised me more than.
Yeah, like Ruby Soho is not a superstar. Never has been a superstar. So her doing her thing and showing up, that was cool, but it wasn't really anything that you could say was blowing the load. Cole is not a superstar, not yet anyway. So him showing up was not really blowing the load. But Daniel Bryan is a proven superstar. So him doing this thing and showing up, that was big. And you had people sitting on the seat, getting hot, doing that goofy ass bullshit chant. Even before he came out, if he didn't come out after they did all that shit, motherfuckers would have been mad.
No, you
Some
wouldn't.
of them would.
Some of them would. I'm not
Some
saying
of them would have
everybody,
been mad. Not everybody would have been
but
mad.
a lot of them probably would have felt cheated out of it. They would have been, man, I thought Daniel Bryan was going to be here. The internet told me.
But
AEW didn't tell me, but the internet told me. So I'm going to be mad at AEW because the internet told me.
But AEW, even though AEW advertised Punk, the one thing I can say for All Out, I still feel like I got my money's worth. I think, like you said, I agree that what they did was a good business move. And they had to do that to get noticed. They're gonna have to do that for a while because people
honestly,
it's gonna be prime competition for WWE. No, because WWE has been they've been in the game for like decades. They don't really need the competition, but people are gonna be looking at them for retaliation.
Here's my thing with that. I'll say this. People were saying, "Oh, why do you do this on Dynamite? Why didn't you do this on a Dynamite?" I'm like, I see Prince's point. You gotta give people a reason to come back and order your pay-per-views. You're only doing 4 pay-per-views a year for $50. You gotta have a reason for people to come and pay the $50 4 times a year. Basically, you're spending $200 on 4 AEW shows a year. So you gotta get your money's worth for that.
Right. And I think that's the best way to do it, to be honest with you. I got absolutely no issue with what they did last night. I think what they did was great. I think what they did was a great setup for wanting you to watch Dynamite as well as Rampage. Right. That's what a pay-per-view is supposed to do.